Spotlight presents. Last part, part 3, of a 3-part video series. In video 1 I presented the first 2 limitations of science, and in video 2 the next 4 limitations of science were presented. In this final video, video 3, I will present the last 4 limitations of science and the scientific method. Limitation number 7. Limitation of science in identifying underlying causes of crime. Scientific discoveries in engineering have enhanced the way of life of human beings. Presently, science and the scientific method can successfully uncover crimes by analyzing the clues left behind at crime scenes. However, science is limited in observing and analyzing the underlying cause that leads to human crime. Crime is a symptom of a deep underlying flow in the individual perpetrators. An inner space, or psychological, state the cause of which is not easily amenable to scientific observation. Science and the scientific method cannot empirically find a solution to human greed, lust, jealousy, desire for more power and wealth. These underlying characteristics are beyond science to resolve through the scientific method. The elimination of these underlying human tendencies may be through the transformation of the inner state of the human being, which may not be best achieved through science. Limitation number 8. Limitation of science in identifying cause of physical and mental health problems. The World Health Organization defines health as a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Understanding the links between mind and body is the first step in developing strategies to reduce the incidence of coexisting conditions and support those already living with mental illnesses and chronic physical conditions. Science and the scientific method have its limits in the medical field attributable to the most common medical practice of treating the symptoms of a disease instead of identifying and treating the root cause that manifested the condition in the first place. Doctors prescribe medication to treat symptoms, but do little to reverse the poor habits and behavioral patterns that lead to the physical or mental conditions and diseases in the first place. Science can somehow find cures, make drugs to reduce pain, or invent vaccines to fight nasty diseases, but cannot solve human excesses in eating habits and other mental and physical habits that leads to manifestations of many of these diseases and conditions. Limitation number 9. Limitation of science in identifying root cause of conflicts and wars. On the global scale, science and the scientific method has been successfully applied to discover the secrets of the natural and physical world. It has led to the discovery and harnessing or engineering of atomic and nuclear energy and other numerous outcomes of scientific discoveries. However, science and the scientific method are limited in identifying the root causes of global conflicts and wars, and could not provide nations with peace and security. There are numerous factors that lead nations to war and violent conflicts of the present and the past. Be it religion, ideology, or the alleged aggressiveness and greediness of human nature. There is a need to match the growth in technology with growth in human wisdom to manage this technology. World peace is currently precariously maintained by the unstable and unsound principle of mutually assured destruction, MAD. With nations armed to levels that can destroy this world several times over. Science has invented tools and weapons that can lead to mass extinction of life on Earth if we do not prevent conflicts and wars that emanates from greed, hate, intolerance, ignorance, and extremism. Limitation number 10. Limitation of science in arresting climatic and environmental deterioration. It is currently possible to grow plenty of food using scientific discoveries in the field of agriculture and nutrition. However, science cannot solve the chronic problems of hunger, poverty, nor able to stop us from polluting and destroying Earth's climate and environment through extravagant greed for natural resources. Through manufacturing and production processes driven by human greed, the concentration of energy-trapping gases in the lower atmosphere is increasing and detrimentally amplifying the Earth's natural greenhouse effect. Nations are finding it difficult to compromise and find a politically acceptable course of action, often because of apprehensions about possible short-term economic consequences. These climatic changes have impact on health, food security, and world peace. Additionally, various effects of climate change include loss of biodiversity of aquatic ecosystems, stresses on terrestrial and ocean food-producing systems, and curtailment of the supplies of fresh water. This brings us to the end of part 3, last part, of this series of videos. Please subscribe to this channel, and look out for more videos that will be posted soon.